Hey, do what they need, put a digi up. Keep it run on nigga, every week I switch it up. But everywhere, they crib look like a reefer house. Pussy dead everywhere, they shit look like the reaper house. Hey, real ass love when it jiggle and it bounce. Hey, dick hard, baby, put that shit all in your mouth. Yeah, I ain't like them niggas that be sleeping on your couch. Solid nigga, they can vouch, catch another, then I bounce. Hey, call me Big Poke. Nigga too cold, think I need 2 coats. Big water, way, rock, speed, boat.
Welcome to the show. I am your boy, Dion Cruz. Yes. First scene starts off with Candiace, who was in her house, in her studio with her gay best friend, and they're talking about her music career that she's trying to pop off. And that's all I have for that. Moving on to the Green Eye Goblins, Robyn and Giselle, they meet up with Karen at this restaurant. Oh, and I just want to say hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Thank you for telling me my mic is muted. But yeah, moving on to Robyn and Giselle. They are at this restaurant, and Giselle was just shading her girl all episode. Like, Giselle was hitting her girl up with, like, the jokes about her business, her money. But, yeah, so Karen gets there, and she's like, yeah, so this is about your business, embezzled, right?
Embezzled?
And Robyn's like, embezzled?
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 Yeah, because you wanted me to...
It's called embellish. Robyn has a hat line called Embellish because, you know, Robyn's kind of broke right now and she's raising money any way she can. And I meant to tell you guys this a couple weeks ago, but like a couple weeks ago when it was Juan's birthday, Robyn was on her Instagram like asking to raise money for what they say was his college that he coaches at, but I'm not sure. Like, I'm not sure where that money was really going to. But anyway, so Karen gets there and they instantly tell Karen about what Wendy said about her. If you remember a couple weeks back, Karen kind of confessed some things about raised taxes and about how she gave a lot of money and maybe wanted that money back. And Wendy went and told Robyn and Giselle. And now Robyn and Giselle are telling Karen that Wendy told them. So Robyn and Karen and Giselle are talking about it. And Giselle's like, are you okay? Like, are you feeling some type of way? You know, Wendy really said that you were hurt by this. And Giselle's like, I'm not hurt by that. Like, what is Wendy talking about? And that's when Karen goes into this, you know what? Wendy is always like butting her head into things. And that's why I called her ignorant last week. And this whole ignorant thing is going to come up later on the show because I knew Wendy with her all her degrees was going to feel some type of way about being called ignorant. But so that happens, and Karen starts to further explain that Wendy was a little bit too nosy when she had her conversation with Candiace. So when that happened, Karen kind of imitated Wendy coming down the stairs, and that's going to come up a little later in the show. Hold on, let me show her right now. Karen does this funny walk that she says is Wendy every time Wendy comes through. This is Wendy. So yeah, Karen did that walk at the table with Giselle and Robyn. So that was one of the things that you knew Giselle and Robyn were going to go back and tell Wendy that she said, because, you know, they go back and tell everything. But moving on to Wendy, Wendy didn't have much of a scene at all, but she did talk about her kids and education, like she always talks about, and how education is important and how voting is important. That walk was too funny. But Wendy was talking to her kids about education, and then she later talked about how she spent so much time getting her degrees and so much time working on her education, and she feels so offended that Karen called her ignorant. How could she be ignorant? She has all these degrees. Well, that shows you right there that you can be ignorant because you think book smarts has anything to do with common sense, and it doesn't. But that's all we have for her. I don't really want to say much about Ashley. In her counseling session, she obviously is showing some signs of postpartum depression, and she kind of talks to her therapist about that. She talks to her therapist about probably having like a little breakthrough with Michael, and I don't really think she has a breakthrough. This is where I was like watching the episode and I was like kind of thinking in like La La Land, like I wish Ashley was like more transparent with us. Like I wish Ashley like kind of told us like what's really going on and how she really feels, and like because I don't really buy anything she really gives us. So I was just like, yeah, Ashley, I can't really sympathize you with this one. But moving back on to Candiace, and this is Candiace really going for this music career that she wants to pop off. I don't know why, but she's trying. They're in the studio. Why did I call that a studio? Well, they're in this room that Candiace is talking to this guy about her music, and she's playing her song. And let me play her song because I was listening to it too. Hey, baby. And it kind of sounds like a sitcom. It kind of sounds like a sitcom soundtrack or something, like a theme song to like 1-on-1 or something. To describe how much I love you, I don't know what tomorrow brings, what songs to sing, show you you're my everything. All I know is I found the one. And what will us take it for credit? And this beauty is that is theme song music right there. Tell me that isn't perfect. Okay, no, let me stop. No, let me stop because that music video is doing things for her. Well, while she was in the little studio room, that's why she looked so emotional about it, because the dude offered her a record deal for his label, and she gets emotional because it's her dream. And she always wanted to get signed. And as a kid, she almost got signed, but her mom told her it was a bad contract. So she didn't get signed. So she's happy about being signed to this guy's label. I don't know who this man is. I don't know where my Kiki meme is, but I don't know who this man is. Maybe he is somebody.
I hate to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is.
I don't know where my Kiki meme is, but I don't know who this man is. Maybe he is somebody.
I mean, he could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man.
Maybe he's going to take that song somewhere. Maybe they will get a theme song, but for right now, that's all we have for that. There's a song. Monique is here. Yeah, we get to see Monique a little bit. She is basically talking about the fact that she has these charges that she's about to hit Candiace back with. Like Candiace filed some charges, so she's about to countersue with some charges, and that's all she basically talked about in this scene. Her with the kids, and about countersuing, and about getting back, because and she had a point, but not really a point. Her point was Candiace could have basically sent her away from her kids if a judge never heard her side of the story. So if you're gonna do this to me, I'm gonna do that to you. That was her logic. I still don't know how that worked in her favor, because it did work in her favor, but I don't know how that worked in her favor, because I don't know. Watching the fight footage and watching so many arguments that were way worse than that, I really don't see what really provoked her to swing. But I mean, I'll let you have it, girl. Yeah, this is her talking about the charges, and what does that say? All the blogs picking up on it, second degree assault. Anyway, so Ashley and Giselle arrive at somebody's house. Giselle's house. And we know it's Giselle's house because Ashley showed up with baby Dean, and she was like, "Is it safe inside that house?" Because the last time we saw that house, it was a little on the filthy side, and they had like a little shady video of it on the little filthy side. Why they show that lady toilet? what was the reason of showing that lady toilet? Bravo is a shady place. Like Bravo is a really shady place. But yes, Ashley and Giselle are basically talking about how Ashley's doing and her postpartum and how she feels about Michael cheating. And Ashley kind of brought up Jamal and how do you feel about Jamal cheating and being away and being in a long distance relationship? And that's when Giselle lied and was like, I don't really, well, I don't know if she lied, but I don't know if that's a relationship. She said she doesn't really worry about Jamal and she doesn't really worry about what he could be possibly doing in Atlanta, knowing that he's a serial cheater. But yeah, and they also talked about the event, the vacation that Ashley plans to. Well, we're gonna find out it's Portugal, but Ashley is planning an event, and she wanted Monique to go, and Giselle made it clear that if Monique is invited, then she's definitely not going. Candiace is probably not going, and Robyn and Wendy are probably not going. So from that moment, she already had Ashley thinking like, so should I not invite Monique? So yeah, Giselle made a big thing about Monique coming on this girls' trip that Ashley was planning, and ultimately Monique didn't get the invite to the girls' trip. Um, Moving on to this little hat event, and like I said, Robyn sells hats, so this is Robyn's hat event. She needs some models for her website, Embezzle.
Yeah.
Because you wanted me.
So Giselle really fucked up by calling her business Embezzled because I am not calling her business nothing else but Embezzled. Be like, that's the perfect name. Anyway, back to Embezzled. Robyn shows up to the photo shoot for Embezzled.
Embezzle.
And this is when Giselle kind of shades her again.
And I'm cool with it. She's got a little IRS thing to pay. That's not even worth discussing. It's like $1,200 or something, $4,000, something stupid.
It's $90,000.
Oh, really? Oops.
You don't know your friend owed $90,000. You think it's $1,400. That's why Giselle. Oh, okay. It probably wasn't really shade, but maybe she really didn't know. Her face looks big right there. But yeah, she got to the event and she's like, "Yo, I'm happy for Robyn because she's selling these hats and she got that little tax debt, but that's not shit. That's like $1,400, $2,000. That's not nothing." That's when the producers had to tell her like, "No, it's $90,000."
I'm cool with it. She's got a little IRS thing to pay. That's not even worth discussing. It's like $1,200 or something, $4,000, something stupid.
It's $90,000.
Oh, really? Oops.
So anyway, there's this lady taking pictures there too. They thought it was Katie, but it wasn't Katie. They asked her, "Do you get asked if you look like Katie Ross?" And obviously said who, because I would have said who. I don't even know Katie's last name. But there's Candiace in her embezzled hat, her cheetah print embezzled hat. Giselle in her embezzled love hat. And Wendy. So when Wendy gets there, they obviously tell Wendy everything Karen said about her. And they even did the walk. They gassed the comment about Karen saying that she has a PhD, but she's not a medical doctor. So they basically gassed that whole conversation they had with Karen. And this is the whole thing. Like, why do you guys keep going back? Well, keep going back and forth. It makes a better show. But you guys keep having conversations with your so-called friends and then telling those conversations to everybody else and juicing them up. Like, she gassed the hell out of that whole thing with Wendy. Like, she gassed the hell out of it. Made it seem like Karen, like, played the shit out of her. Tell her, like, she didn't have no degrees at all. But, yeah, they did that to her like they always do. And this is them. So that's when she's like, "Oh, so is Karen gonna be there?" And yeah, Karen's gonna be there. So Ashley is inviting them to their trip, and they are going to Portugal. But when she showed them the map, Candiace had the nerve to say, "Is that China?" Now I didn't know that was Portugal, but I definitely knew it wasn't China. And then when her answer of China wasn't right, she goes, "Oh, is it Nigeria?" Now I also knew it wasn't Nigeria. I didn't know that was a flag of Portugal, but I definitely knew it wasn't Nigeria or China. Like I definitely knew that. Candiace was showing that she's not that bright. Like she's not the smartest in the bunch. Yeah, they are invited to Portugal. They're all going to Portugal because Ashley's been stressed the fuck out. She's experiencing postpartum, and she's not bringing the baby for once. Baby Dean will not be there, so that's a plus. But Wendy takes it upon herself to say, we need to clear the air before we go on this trip. Before we go on this trip, we need to settle some things about what you said about me. And then she goes on to this long rant about, you say you support Black women, but you're going to downplay my degrees. And I have all these degrees, and I strive through my dad dying and going through this and going through that and going through that to get my doctorate, to get my PhD, like all this shit. Like she said all this shit to basically say nothing. And then she went on to say, I don't brag about having my degrees. And that's when everybody in the room had to look at her to the side like, you don't? Like, you don't?
I am not one to brag about my degrees. I got 4 degrees. And I have 4 degrees. I don't need your resume. Oh, Lord. I have 4 degrees. I'm not stupid. I have 4 degrees. People like to call me Dr. Wendy. Address me correctly.
Yes, she went on about her degrees. And she doesn't even brag about her degrees in like a fun, arrogant way. She brags about her degrees in like an annoying, bratty way. Like, I got more candy than you. Like, I got 4 degrees. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, show that in your words. Like, show that in your arguments. Because bragging about it isn't doing shit. But she basically talked and talked and talked over Karen. So Karen's basically like, okay, can I get my turn? Can I get my turn? Can I get my turn? And when Karen got her turn, she really lit her up. Like, she really lit her up. Like, Wendy's whole thing, like, backfire. Like, you can tell, like, Wendy wanted a moment for the show to, like, confront Karen and, like, put Karen in her place. But Karen really, like, that's not going down, baby girl. Like, Karen really, like, hold on, let me play it.
Let her respond. And let's be very clear. You and I, each time we have an issue, is based upon interpretation of what I've said to someone. Okay.
Basically, every time you hear about some shit, it's basically Giselle telling you some shit. That's why Giselle's over there with the stuck face, with the no lip, Kylie before surgery face right there. Like, why you look stuck? Why you look stuck? You said it, and you gassed it up.
This is always taken out of context and always said with a hint of fault.
Gassed up.
Understand that I understand the power of education.
Let her know.
I'm an extremely educated family, and even though I do not have a degree, not there one, don't need one, because I'm one of those people that succeed. Wendy, God is good. I've been blessed with this.
Ate her up. Ate her up. Ate her up.
Of entrepreneur, and I'm doing a damn thing. And there are a lot of people in this country that do not have degrees. My mother said this, and I stand by this. Common sense is a saving grace, and baby, you can't buy it, and I got it. I think just
woo, she really ate her up and left her with the stuck face. Like, Wendy had nothing to say after that. Like, there was nothing to say because the only thing she had to say was about her degrees, and I have this degree. You're downplaying my degree, and this is about my degree. And Karen's like, I respect your little degree, but you ain't got common sense. And that's all she had to say. Like, there was nothing else to that. And she was like, since you want to know what I was saying about your little walk, hold on, the walk needs to be on the big screen. The walk is too much. Like, we can't not have the walk on the big screen. And why did everybody start doing the walk too? Wendy is too much. Like, I was giving her a try. I was really giving her a chance because I'm like, she's educated. she's Nigerian, so she has like she brings a different culture to the show. Like I was rooting for her in all these different ways. I'm like, we really don't know much about her. I'm like, she has an opinion. Like, let her show her opinion. But like the more weeks go on, we're like, you piggyback off of arguments. You don't have an opinion on your own. We find out you're broke. Like, we know she's broke with student loan debt, but we're finding out that, like in the blog, that she's actually broke in real life. So you're hiding something about your life. I can't wait till they like expose that if she actually does have another season. But yeah, Wendy is annoying as fuck at some points now. When it just seems Wendy has no substance. It does. Her substance seems like my degrees. And you want to quit your job. She is broke. And they say she comes from a low-tier tribe, but I don't know about that. I don't know what a low-tier tribe is, but yes, after Karen embarrassed the fuck out of her, they all did her little shimmy walk out the fucking place in front of Wendy's face, like, you're not even here, we don't even see you, and we're gonna imitate your walk in front of you. And she crept down the stairs just like that. And they all crept on out the door just like that as well, while she was trying to argue or look at them doing their lunges. And Wendy could do nothing but sit there and laugh. Like, she could do nothing but sit there and try to giggle to herself because she just got dismissed. Like, you try to have an argument, you try to have a moment on TV, and they lunged in you. They lunged in your face. They lunged in your face. Imagine somebody doing that in your face while you're trying to have an argument. It's a wrap from there. But okay, we're gonna stop with the lunges after I see them one more time because Karen. Okay, y'all gonna get tired of my laugh. See, look at her. All she can do is laugh. You have nothing to combat that. But moving on. In search of moderators. I don't know what that is, but get that out the chat. What is that? What is this comment right here? Get that.
Police! Police! Help! Police! Help! Police! Help! Help! Police!
Get this out the chat, moderators. Oh, we're not even on YouTube. Okay, I smoked too much. Okay, let's move on to the last scene. The last scene is Candiace finding out that she is being sued as well. And this is when I get to hear my favorite moment of the show when she's like, this fucking rusty ass bitch. What did she say? This dusty ass bitch.
That rusty ass bitch.
That rusty ass bitch. This is when Candiace finds out that rusty ass bitch filed a suit against her as well, and she is livid. It just feels like the audacity. Like, how can she do this? Like, what type of person beats the hell out of somebody and then files a claim against or a suit against them? What type of person? And you know her husband, he's like extra calm. He's like, be cool. We knew this was gonna happen. Like, I mean, I wouldn't have expected that was gonna happen because I would have been like, what fucking case does she have to do this against me? Like, she has no leeway. She has no, like, she's not gonna win. So I would have been extra salty when I found out. Like, I would have had the same reaction.
That rusty ass bitch.
So yeah. We basically hear her rant for a couple minutes about how Monique has the audacity to file a suit against her, knowing she is in the wrong, knowing she whooped her ass, knowing she bragged about it on social media, and knowing Candiace didn't really provoke it. So yes, she did all that, and that happened, and Candiace's site, and eventually both of their suits get dropped. Which sucks for Candiace. Like, you were embarrassed. You cried about it on TV. You tried to get her put in jail, and nothing helped. Like, nothing worked. And you didn't get an apology. Like, you didn't even get an apology. Like, you didn't even get an apology. Like, damn, baby girl. Like, I know you are tight. Like, you have to be tight. Like, Candiace has to be mad, like, deep down inside. Like, because she didn't even get an apology. Poor thing. But, yes. That was basically the episode. That was all they gave us. Next week, we will see them. I think next week we will see them go on the trip. And as you can see, Monique will not be on the trip. I don't know if they even got to show Monique. Like, how many times they're going to show Monique in her house talking to Chris about being remorseful about the fight now? Like, we can't do that too many times. Yeah. Poor thing. Come on, give her some sympathy, because that's all she could get. She can't get nothing else but sympathy, so you might as well give that to her.
That rusty ass bitch.
But yes, like I said, I think the episode was moderate. It could have been better. There was more funny moments than usual. A lot of Giselle and Karen shade. That was a little better than usual. And Karen's moment really made up for it at the end. Like, the feet, and then the whole, like, you don't have book smart thing. Like, that.
Listen, I stand by this. Common sense is a saving grace. And baby, you can't buy it. And I got it.
That really kind of saved what was left of the episode. Because if that didn't happen, nothing else really happened. But yes, like and subscribe. Thank you for watching this video. I will keep doing these little reviews until we get to the reunion. Till we get to the reunion. That's what I want. That is what I'm excited for. But until then, I mean, we just have to stick it through with these little mid-ass episodes they've been giving us. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. It's been a nice little time chatting with you guys. Like and subscribe. Put your little thumbs up. Put the little bell emoji for your notifications so you know when I'm going live. And yeah, follow me on Twitch. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram, GlockTopickz_. And yeah, we're making moves. If you got emojis, put your little water gun emojis up, because GlockTopickz. And thank you for watching. Have a good night. I appreciate you guys for being here.
That's what I do, what they need. Put a digi up. Keep it running, nigga. Every week I switch it up. But everywhere, they crib look like a reefer house. Pussy dead everywhere, they shit look like the reaper house. Hey, real ass love when it jiggle and it bounce. Hey, dick hard, baby, put that shit all in your mouth. Yeah, I ain't like them niggas that be sleeping on your couch. Solid nigga, they can vote. Catch another, then I bounce. Hey, call me Big Pro. Nigga too cold, think I need 2 coats. Big waterway, rock speed boat.
What money did you embezzle? Embezzle? I done heard it all.